Learning about the Korean War through the play Dongmakgol. Turkish-Korean War veterans teach younger generations about Korea. A gateway for potential musical talent in Vienna. Taekwondo fever in Mongolia. Park Jong-hyun, New Zealand's sole Asian rapper. Hello, welcome to Going Global. I'm your host, Tomccoy. Sometimes happiness comes from simply being passionate about something. In Brazil, there is a man who is such an ardent fan of soccer that even being confined to a stretcher isn't enough to dampen his enthusiasm, and being at a soccer match makes him happiest. Harton da Rocha is a patient of a muscular dystrophy, an incurable genetic disorder, and the disease has left him with no control of the lower half of his body. Despite being immobile, he's always present at any game played by Coritiba Football Club among other spectators. A photo of him in a stretcher watching a game went viral, putting Da Rocha in the spotlight. He says that he is happy thanks to soccer and his family. It makes one think about the true meaning of happiness. And now our first story takes us to Vancouver, Canada. A good number of our viewers may have heard of the Korean movie Welcome to Dongmakgol, based on the Korean War. A Korean theater company in Vancouver has put the theatrical version on stage, and the younger generations who do not know much about the Korean War are said to have been moved. Let's find out more.
This is the remote village of Dongmakgol, not yet touched by the scourge of the Korean War. The peace is broken when South Korean, North Korean, and Canadian troops find themselves facing one another. But tension doesn't run high for long as the soldiers forget about their animosity and live with the humble villagers. A theater company in Vancouver, Canada has brought to life the play Welcome to Dongmakgol, which is probably more well known as a movie.
북한이랑 한국이랑 남한이랑 다 한 가족이라는 걸 다시 한번 알게 된 것 같아요.
The theater company is the Korean troupe Hanuri, which has a 26-year-long history. The team prepared this play to commemorate the Remembrance Day in November. Preparation alone took 1 year.
초반에는 이제 주 1회 정도 준비 모임 겸 해서 주 1회 정도 모임을 하고, 그리고 조금씩 이제 날수를 늘려나가요. 그래서 한 이틀 정도 주 2회. 그래서 이제 상반기 지나고 하반기 쪽으로 들어가면서 이제 주 3회라든지.
This production is in the spotlight for raising the awareness of the Korean War among the younger generations, who are not very familiar with that part of history. The opening night was all the more special as the theater company had invited Canadian veterans of the Korean War.
My grandpa was in Korean War. He was a paratrooper. So I guess his stories came off, I got really interested in the Korean War. And I guess, it's a big part of my life.
그 옛날에 저희 이제 한국을 도와주신 분들에 대해서 고마움과 감사하는 마음을 항상 지니게 돼야 되겠다고 생각하고 있습니다.
Hanuri has plans to hold meaningful productions like Dongmakgol every year in the future.
Now let's move on to our next story. Korea and Turkey are said to be brother nations, and as if to prove that point, Turkish veterans of the Korean War still have a special spot in their hearts for Korea after all this time. Let's find out more.
Ankara, the capital city of Turkey. This is Korea Park, located at the heart of the city. This park commemorates Turkish soldiers who participated in and fell during the Korean War. The monument at the center of the park records the names of the soldiers who died on the battlefield, along with the date of their death.
Türk askerlerimizi Kore Savaşı için gönderdik. Onları şu an burada ziyaret için geldik. Hatırlamak istiyoruz onları. Bu parka geldik. Kore'yi hissedebiliyoruz. Onları İçimizden çok seviyoruz.
The ancient kingdom of Goguryeo had ties with the Turk Khaganate, and both kingdoms recognized each other as allies. The Turkish and Korean languages also share many similarities. Turkey took part in the Korean War alongside the United States in order to check the growing Soviet influence in Central Asia and join NATO. However, veterans still have a special spot in their hearts for Korea.
Every veterans, not only me, loved Korea and Korean people. Even you see, if they ask to help us again in Korea, we go to help you. Of course, I am 88, but that's what we like to do.
Soldiers at the time founded the Ankara school to take care of some 300 orphans, showing how devoted they were to Korea.
So many people were died, buildings were destroyed, you see. So many people, you see, were about to die because of the hunger, you know. We always try to share our food with the Korean people.
The elderly veterans talk about their experiences to the children and inform them of the Korea-Turkey ties.
Ama bu insanlar 65 sene geçmiş aradan bakın. Hala bu insanı çok seviyorlar bizi. Gidip gelişinde Kore'yi değişik senterzlerde görüyoruz. Ama bize bu mutlu ediyor.
This close relationship, which dates back for centuries, has continued into the modern era.
Our next story takes us to Vienna, Austria, the city of music. Korean and Austrian classical musicians have put together a beautiful concert. It's an annual performance that acts as the gateway for potential Korean maestros to reach out to the global stage. Let's take a closer look.
This is the Concert House, a concert hall in Vienna, Austria with more than a 100-year history. The orchestra's magnificent performance and the soprano's voice fill the hall. The orchestra, which also includes 50 Korean musicians, ends to a warm applause from the audience.
Es hat mir sehr gut gefallen von der Musik her, aber es ist mir der Bariton abgegangen. Auf den habe ich mich schon sehr gefreut.
This is the Korea-Austria Philharmonic Orchestra, founded in 1999 by the then Korean ambassador to Austria, Pan Ki-moon. This was their 17th concert, which takes place regularly around this time of the year. Members of the orchestra apply and are selected by a Vienna-based music school early in the year.
비나면 음악의 도시인데요. 이런 곳에서 공부만 하는 것으로 끝나는 것이 아니라 그 클래식의 본고장 유럽에서 어떤 활동, 그런 프로페셔널 활동을 할 수 있다는 기회를 가질 수 있다는 게 굉장히 소중한 것이거든요.
양국의 문화 교류를 활성화하고 또 젊은이들을 큰 무대에 설 수 있는 그런 기회를 제공함으로써 더 좋은, 더 훌륭한 음악가들을 배출할 수 있는 그런 일종의 등용문 역할을 하기를 기대하고 있습니다.
Prior to this performance, the orchestra invited residents from a nearby nursing home and held a charity concert. The young members' talent donation has attracted the interest of the local press.
Übergreifend hier Musik gemacht wird, als Musikerinnen Korea und aus Österreich und aus einer zweiten Hinsicht noch, nämlich dass junge Menschen hier einer älteren Generation viel Freude bereiten. Das finde ich ganz großartig und der Dank.
The Korea-Austria Philharmonic Orchestra is the gateway for Korean music students to the global stage.
Mongolia is in the throes of taekwondo fever. Recently, a national taekwondo competition took place in the capital city of Ulaanbaatar, and some athletes came from so far away that it took them 2 days to travel. Let's take a closer look.
These young taekwondo athletes face each other, looking determined. Once the referee begins the match, one child overcomes the other with a powerful kick. The audience cheers when an athlete breaks 5 wooden panels in succession. Some 300 taekwondo representatives from Mongolia's 21 provinces have gathered to showcase their skills.
태권도 болохоор хүмүүсийг алгадаг. Тэгээ хүмүүсийн спортыг одоо ингээд хөгжүүлэхийн 태권도 спортыг хөгжүүлэх гавьтай амьд хөгжүүлэх.
Some athletes have come from as far as Gobi Altai province, some 1,000 kilometers and a 10-hour drive away from the capital city of Ulaanbaatar. 17 athletes came from Gobi Altai and took away 2 gold medals and 6 silver medals.
Эхлээд миний чэйжэнд онохоор 1 он авсан. Тэгээ би толгоонд нөгсөн чинь 3 оноо. Тэгээ тэргүүлж эхлэхээр сэтгэл өндөөс.
90 гайгүй сайн. Манайх одоо яг 13 жилийн хугацаанд олон улсын хэмжээний мастер 6, спортын мастер 8, спортын дэд мастер 4, нийтдээ 26 мастер Монгол улсын мастер цогтоод амжилт төрсөн гарсан байдгийг.
Japanese karate and North Korean taekwondo were already in practice in Mongolia when South Korean taekwondo came 24 years ago. Today, some 4,000 Mongolians practice the sport in roughly 50 taekwondo studies nationwide. The Mongolian National Olympic Committee has established goals to earn medals in taekwondo, following wrestling, boxing, and judo.
이런 태권도 대회를 통해서 태권도가 더 많이 몽골에서 보급되고 더 많은 젊은 사람들이 즐기는 그런 스포츠가 되기를 바라고 있습니다.
Medal winners from this competition will join Mongolia's youth national taekwondo team.
Now here's our last story. Rapping in a foreign language in a foreign country against local rappers is no easy feat for any immigrant. However, there is a Korean rapper that has established himself in New Zealand. Let's meet him now.
In a small, dark studio, rapper Park Jong-hyun is busy working on his music. Park goes by his stage name Nuko, and he is New Zealand's sole Asian hip-hop rapper.
그냥 항상 음악을 했던 것 같아요. 그냥 제가 한 4살 때 뭐 처음 가수한다 그러고 그 꿈이 여전히 바뀐 적이 없어요. 네.
Park immigrated to New Zealand when he was in elementary school, and he was the school's sole Asian student. For him, music was literally his connection to the world.
그 친구들하고 이제 가까워질 수 있었던 게 이제 음악으로 가까워질 수 있어서 이제 뭐 학교 적응할 때도 뭐 번나갈 수 있었던 것도 그 제 꿈 때문에 좀 한 번 더 생각을 하고.
While Park is known as the only Korean rapper or the only Asian rapper in New Zealand, getting to this point in his career wasn't easy.
어디서부터 어떻게 해야 되는지도 잘 몰랐고 이제 실패도 많이 해봤고 배신도 많이 당해봤고 사기도 많이 당해봤고.
Before taking on the stage name of Nuko, he was known as Chinga Style. That name is a portmanteau of the ethnic slurs for people of East Asian descent and for people of African descent. It was Park's expression of doing music as an ethnic minority in New Zealand. However, he was acknowledged as a Korean rapper and took on the stage name Nuko.
They're basically stuck in their own communities and they're shy, where there's people like Nuko, you got Reza, Biza, he's African, you got my other mate K-Violent, and they're Persian. Now everyone else is not shy. They're making all their people not shy to come out and do music.
Park established a production company called 64D with other fellow musicians. This company is meant to help out fellow musicians and Korean artists who are facing difficulties due to being an ethnic minority. Along that line, he never accepts any money when he is invited to join a fellow Korean to perform.
초청을 이렇게 했는데도 아무 그런 것도 없이 찾아와 주셔가지고 공연을 해주셨다는 게 너무 기분이 좋았고요.
That's just impressive, I think, and it's making me proud of him. I mean, he should be proud of himself, but the fact that he's Korean and making good music in New Zealand, and I'm also a Korean, and I feel that's very good, impressive.
Park hopes that his music will find new fans outside of New Zealand. In the meantime, he's working on his fourth album.
제 음악 듣고 이제 힘들 때 위로가 됐다는 사람들을 만났을 때였고요. 또 이제 한국인으로서 이제 제가 뉴질랜드에서 활동하니까 자부심을 느꼈다는 사람들을 만났을 때 좀 많이.
I hope you enjoyed today's stories on Going Global. Global warming is arguably the biggest issue we face today. According to Chinese researchers, the glaciers on Mount Everest have shrunk by almost 30% over the past 40 years. The glaciers on Mount Everest on the China side are melting at a faster rate each year. The Himalayas are fast losing their ice as well. In order to deal with global warming and the ills that afflict our planet, we'll need to owe up to our actions and ponder over ways to tackle global warming. Today's episode was the last episode of this year, 2015. I wish all of our viewers a wonderful holiday and Happy New Year. We'll be back in the year 2016. Thank you for watching.